I'm really happy to see you, and it's so fantastic that people got a lot out of the course last time. I did also. I always learn enormous amounts when I teach a course. I think sometimes, and this is part of the art of becoming, that we almost don't know what we know until we share it relationally. And I think that's true in this process of becoming. It's a relational process with myself, with those that I love, with those that I hate, and the world in which I live. I think the art of becoming has been, even in times when it's not appeared to be changing so much, is about learning to dance with the unknown. It's about learning to be able to be present when we don't quite know what's next. And I'm reminded of this image that probably many of you have seen, where you have the universe, the map, the whole universe, the stars and black, and you have a stepping stone, and then you have another stepping stone, and someone's walking across those stepping stones, and the next one only appears when you put your foot down, and then the next one only appears when you put your foot down. And I feel like these are the times that we're in. And so this is one part, is how do we stay grounded and resourced in the face of not knowing what is coming next. So I guess also in this course, many of us are really hungry for connection. And one of the things that I've discovered about doing these online courses is that really connection is possible as a visceral, felt experience in a way that I never imagined would be possible over this medium. So we'll not only be dancing, but also sharing with each other, and this deep process that happens when you share with me, I share with you, and we drop into a wider perspective that can include both of our realities. So yeah, really welcome, and I'm really excited, and I look forward to meeting those of you that show up.
It was the teacher, and she was guiding everyone, but everyone was in their own flow and their own bubbles, and there's something so magical about that, to have this connection, being with everyone that's dancing, and this energy that keeps building along the class. You cannot be afraid of not coming up with moves because you're constantly guided. Even though you're not imposed a choreography, you're constantly guided in what to do, and it always keeps a constant flow of movement going. I love that you can get really creative, and if sometimes you're not inspired, you can do what your body does best. If it's yoga, you can add yoga moves. If it's, karate, you could just almost fling some moves in there. And it's so creative, and it's so enjoyable to be free to create and to let go. The way the exercises guided me brought me to think about things I usually don't take the time to think about. And that's magical, to have those moments to reflect that we don't take on our own.
And I absolutely loved it. I loved it, not only because I love dancing anyway, and because I'm really into personal development, but also because of her, and her knowledge and her wisdom and her experience and her charisma, because she's very charismatic. My dance background doesn't exist other than bopping in a disco or a nightclub, as of 20 years ago, which is the last time I did that. And I don't do anything dance-wise at all. So for me, coming at it as a non-dancer, for me it was just a great opportunity to dance, to move, because there aren't many opportunities to do that, and there are certainly hardly any at all at the moment. And the option to dance in your own space, and create the space where no one's watching you, and the people that are dancing alongside you on the screen, they're not watching you either, because they're doing their own thing. So actually nobody's watching you. So there's nothing to be self-conscious about from that perspective. And equally, like anything in life, there are some really good dancers, and there are some others that may only be able to move certain parts of the body. And that's all absolutely fine, because it's about you and what you want to bring to it. And you know, the more you are willing to kind of give it a go, the more you get from it, and then the more you want to give, and then the more it's actually you enjoy it. So you know, there's no dance skills required at all.
I'm kind of shy, but it's not really shy, it's shame. And the thing that happens with the dance is it helps me get past the shame. Now, where is the shame coming from? Well, I'm white, I'm liberal, I'm Catholic, or used to be Catholic. You know, everything about your body is wrong, and you know, and the thing I loved about Jo, there were two things. Her presence during the dance with all of us, she held us in such intense observation, I think. And then the way she set it up with the videos ahead of time, so that it kind of focused my mind on how I might want to use the dance. The fact that I felt really held and I felt safe and yet very intellectually challenged. You know, that's very hard to do, to kind of create a combination where you're emotionally involved, but also your head is really, really involved. But the thing that's really beautiful about what you all have created with this movement medicine is, how do we connect with each other this way? You know, what is it, that beautiful magic that happens where you feel that you can express yourself?
You know, one of the many things that drew me to this particular medicine is the fact that the pressure of having been a professional dancer was taken off, because it, in no way in my experience with the medicine has it been about what I look like, but it's an opportunity for me to just step away from the world and go within and move in a way that my body just has an opportunity to express what's inside. And that is so refreshing for me, because for so long I was in such a stringent training and stringent rehearsals where everything had to look a certain way no matter how it felt. And being able to sort of, you know, strip that pressure away and just really get into my heart. And even, you know, one of the things you had shared with me that I will never forget, when David Mooney came to Chicago last year, and I had an Achilles tendon injury, and I had emailed you, I think the day before, and was like, you know, I don't think I can make it, you know, offer my spot to someone else because I was in pain. You had written something to me in response of, you are still welcome to come, even just to receive the medicine, whether I moved or not, but to be in that space with everybody dancing and moving from their heart and moving from what's inside. That, to me, the healing started already from that spot. And I ended up, you know, following your guidance and coming to the workshop. And I didn't dance very much at the start of it because I was feeling pain. And I quickly realized it wasn't about the dance. It was about honoring where you're at as an individual. And that honoring, I would say, helped my Achilles tendonitis heal to the point where I was able to actually participate fully in the whole weekend. And so for anyone that's feeling trepidatious about, you know, getting into movement medicine, and especially if you consider yourself not a dancer, I would like to be the first to inform you, maybe not the first, but someone with a professional dance background, is that everybody can dance.